Your date of birth holds all the secrets to your soul. You give us your date of birth, we'll tell you the secrets to love, the secrets to lust, and who the best person for you just might be.
I have the answers.
Check out Secrets of Birthdays at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Soul Garden.
Hello, my Aquarians, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. And a couple quick announcements. One, Nikki Bright. She's going to help you jumpstart your creativity. Now, you are working on an inner child transit. If you can't break through to your inner child, in 90 minutes, she can get it to you or get you plugged in. She's really good at what she does. We're going to do a seminar on a Thursday night this month, and we're going to do one on a Sunday morning. So come on down to soulmart.me and check it out. It's affordable. It's $24.95, and you got your love. Move in. And our Moon Goddess videos, we decided to release when the sun goes into Libra, so they can be aligned and they can work as a powerful tool. So I apologize. I thought they were going out last week. We changed our mind. That's an internet company for you, but we will have them out next week, and they are good. They're super good. So we are in the sun in Virgo, and for the Aquarian race, this means you are focusing on your trust and intimacy issues. We started out looking at what trust and intimacy needs to go. These are the little details that hang you up from surrendering and opening. Aquariuses are probably the most guarded, I know, out of all 12 zodiac signs, and that's because the combination to the safe uses Virgo energy in order to lock it. So there's a complicated combination. Now, to review, Virgo is the IB state of awareness. It emanates from our heart chakra, so we really are opening our heart by focusing on, in your case, trust and intimacy. That's why it's worth it. There's 3 stages: live, love, and be. We're now in the love stage, and we'll move into the master shui of the be stage. And again, if you're an Aquarius, you're working on boundaries, which moves into the potential of intimacy or not, and then it moves into the master shui level of transformation. Those who are excellent at boundaries can transform themselves or help others through transformations. So when we start off on Monday, there's a chance of anxiety, sunny and a chance of anxiety. That's because Mars rules the day. It's time to take action. It's time to enforce what you do know about boundaries so far. That might mean a little bit of conflict on one hand, plus the moon in Cancer brings emotions into a hyper-awareness, so you're hyper-aware of everything going on in the moment, and since you have to enforce boundaries, that's not so much fun. Let's look at the planets. Now, there's a few themes I want to point out that are going on all week, and they start off on this day. First of all, Mercury has now passed the sun, so we're now thinking to the future. That's going to be good for you Aquas. You are all futurists and like to think the future. Now God, universe agrees. Let's think about the future. Also, there's a trine that goes on this week between you opening up in marriage and relationships and you also innovating your thoughts to do so. So it is time to step into your potential in partnership. You're going to need a partner later on this year, so step into it. First, partner with yourself, and this theme of opening up to love from yourself, opening up to love from others, and changing your mind in order to do so. And then we're out of time with Saturn. You've got to now move and act on what you believe in. So anytime you don't act on what you believe in, you're going to find it falls apart on you, says Saturn. Remember, over the weekend you had to commit to that. Well, as of today, that gets started. Then on Tuesday, we're holding space. Mother Earth rules the day, so we're going to squat. In your case, you're squatting on the boundaries that you just defended yesterday or you enforced yesterday. So you're going to squat on that, not let anyone kind of invade. We're transferring now into the master shui. This is the no man's kind of energy where you hold space and move into emotions. So you are hyper aware of your reality and well prepped for what's going on. On Wednesday, it's Love Fest Day, the most powerful day of the week, or of the month actually, to fill your heart with love and feel the potential of love in your life. In your case, the moon will move into relationships, and so it's sunny and sentimental for you. And the moon rules the day, so we're feeling all of the Love Fest. Now, with the planets, yee-haw! One thing you should understand is Love Fest is simply the moon crossing over Venus. Venus is our capacity to give and receive. Emotions is our emotional field. So our emotions now can give and receive. This is where we're passionate. This is why we created our own little Hallmark day on this day to tell everyone you love that you love them. Now on this day there is a square, which means you might come to odds with something about career direction and long-term relationships. So you might have to draw an emotional boundary in your career in order to open up to the love and feel the love on Love Fest Day. And then don't forget this trine, as you are feeling the love, as you are accepting love from yourself, as you are moving into a loving give and receive relationship potential, you have to once again innovate your thoughts, says Uranus. On Thursday, it's almost a love fest part 2. You are sunny, you are sentimental, and Jupiter rules the day. Since Jupiter rules the day, you want to go ahead and explore. We're now in the Master Shui, chapter 3 of Sun in Virgo, and so it is all about your passion. That's really what Master Shui is passion. So where does passion go and grow when it comes to your ability to change boundaries? Are you ever passionate about transforming yourself? These are the questions that come up on Thursday. And with your moon in the house of long-term relationships or focused on relations, you can kind of experiment with your boundaries through a partnership. So that's groovy and fun. Then comes Friday. Now Friday is a Uranus ruled day, and there is a chance of some paranoia or oversensitivity. That's because emotions now moving in Virgo, so your feelings are catching up with this month's theme. Your feelings are catching up with your boundary issues. Let's look at the planets. Now the moon moves into Virgo, and there's a lot of focused energy. You'll notice that we have Mercury there as well. And for a few hours, the moon will oppose Neptune. So on Friday, you'll have some emotional feelings where you feel caught between where you draw your boundaries and whether or not your self-esteem is intact, or maybe if the boundaries will keep your ability to manifest abundance intact. So it's values versus boundaries. And this is what you went through in the beginning of the transit, but now your emotions are catching up to it. So now you're emotionally feeling the consequence of those boundaries. So Friday's a little bit of a test of the day, and I think that's what the breakthrough is. Finding that sweet spot in yourself is how you get the breakthrough. Then on Saturday, it is Light Cast Day, the most powerful day of the month to manifest our intentions. We call light casting filling our heart with love. There's a lot of reasons for this. You will be cloudy on this day, and it's a Mercury-ruled light cast day. Woohoo! As you can see, we've got a bit of a party going on up there in the heavens, and really this deserves a zoom in. Let's do it. Lightcast Day is ultimately when the moon and sun come together, and in this particular Lightcast Day, we are blessed also with the crossing of Mercury. Now to kind of lay it down, this all goes down for you when it comes to boundaries. So as the moon approaches the sun, you might get hyper aware, have a lot of anxiety, kind of freak out, all right? We'll be texting you if you're in the GA agency, and we'll give you the scope of when it starts and when it ends. Then as the moon literally hits the sun, sometimes people get tired, sometimes people freak out. It kind of depends on where you are, but it's a release. You're letting go of that emotion, and now you're stepping into a passionate sway of what you want boundaries to be and how you want to feel safe. Then the moon will cross over Mercury, which is also kind of magical because within a few hours, okay, you will next go through a transformation where your intellect and your attitude get behind your passionate sway. So this is how we actually manifest reality, getting these different sides of ourselves behind our intentions. On Sunday, it's a Venus-ruled day, so it's really a nice sliding into home base, I think, with Venus ruling the day. And the moon is first in Virgo, but then will shift into Libra, depending on where you live on the planet. So with that going on, you're going to end up being pensive on Sunday. Now there is a fear triangle that's kind of hovering above us, and it was also on Lightcast Day, but I did want to point out, it's a fear of unknown. All right, and it's okay. We can't get to everything. It all kind of epicenters. Now, when it was Lightcast Day and the moon was on the sun, this fear triangle did begin to create a little bit of blockage of maybe a test of faith, and also had to do with that opposition of reality and whatnot. By Sunday, the moon takes over the intellect. So first it's our thoughts, and then it's our emotions. And really what this is you going through the feelings of the results of what you're trying to lightcast. I mean, that's what it comes down to. As the moon moves up and moves into Libra, it's going to oppose Uranus and Aries, so suddenly your passion and your beliefs will be in opposition of your thoughts. And so I just want you to know that on this Venus-ruled day, even though we've been doing a lot of lightcasting, there's still some work to do on this Venus-ruled day because you're finding that little emotional finesse. And in your case, I think you're having to get your feelings behind where you are going. And Moon is now on approach for Saturn. If you watch your Act 3 videos next week or when the horoscopes come back, this is a very huge turning point where emotions catch up to what you believe in, your life purpose, and all that soul work you've been working on since 2009. So pretty crazy times indeed. Whoops, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. It's so funny, but I'm not ending this now. Sorry about that. Well, that's all I have for this 7-day forecast. Make sure you click into gear with everything I've said. It's really important you're clear on what you believe in and that your life is moving on your life purpose now. Trust me on this, Aqua. I've been doing this for a long time. I'll see you in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.